Hello class, I welcome you all to this session. This session we are going to discuss about business risk, concept, nature and causes. Now business is always with risks. Yes, you cannot say business is risk free. Nobody can say. At least some point of risk you have. So business risk refers to the possibility of inadequate profits. What is it? Inadequate profits. When there is a risk, if you don't get the profit that you're aimed, yes, or even losses due to uncertainties or unexpected events. Now there are two components here: inadequate profits or losses. Inadequate profits means you aim at a profit of, say for example, 10 lakhs, but you get only 5 lakhs. That is inadequate profits. You aimed profit for 10 lakhs but you get only 5 lakhs. But if you incur loss, you aimed for 10 lakhs but there is a loss of 2 lakhs, then it is adverse, no? So due to uncertainties means you cannot be certain of something, no? In the future what happens we will not be knowing. That is uncertain. Future is uncertain. So, or unexpected events. Suddenly this COVID-19 has affected the business world so much. Suddenly there is a lockdown that is being released by the government. Suddenly there is some political instability in the country, maybe some sort of uncertainties due to that event. What happens? Your business getting affected. So you have the risk, which is speculative as well as pure. There is a difference between the speculative risk. Risk can be classified as two things. Now we are discussing the concept of risk. Okay, so risk can be divided into, or concept of risk can be said as two types: speculative risk and pure risk. Speculative risk arises due to changes in the market condition. Now what is this changes in the market condition? Suddenly the market changes. There can be sudden fluctuations of demand and supply, changes in price or fashion taste of customers. Previously and all, in this Gagra choli and things like that was very famous. Yes, bell bottom pants was very famous previously, but now the fashion has changed. Everyone has preferred jean and top and western wear. At this point of time they don't prefer too much of traditional wear, traditional attires. Okay, because it may be comfort, it may be fashion, it can be anything. It can be the taste of the preference of the customers. Many westernized food outlets have been there because we our younger generation is not eating uh, in indigenous foods. Say for example, you do not prefer idli, dosa and all things like that because it's very common. Every day we have it. We want to try something new. So it is a change in the taste of customers. They require a lot of varieties in whatever it's been provided. So there is a fluctuation in demand due to this market condition. Okay, so it involves both possibility of gaining as well as the possibility of losses. It is like calculative risk, they say, no? Suppose you're dealing with some sort of fashionable goods. Suddenly that fashion clicks, you are saved. Suddenly that fashion drops and new fashion comes in, your business will be collapsing. Suddenly you invest in so much of technology. Say for example, mobile phones, frequently it changes, right? Every model, every month you get new model phones. If you would have got the old model phone, suppose you are a shopkeeper and you've got the old model phone, if it is not selling, then that is a risk because of change in the market condition. Market condition means a customer needs a latest model only. They will not be like okay with the old model phone. So involves both possibility of gain and possibility of losses. Now pure risk is straight opposite. There is no gain, it's only losses. You 100% lose, you either 100% lose or there is no loss at all. It's like that. So possibility of loss or no loss. Okay, so due to natural causes and human causes, this pure risk arises. So say for example, earthquakes and tsunamis and theft and fire, all these things are natural causes. Sometimes human may also cause this kind of risks. Suppose due to their carelessness they cause this kind of a risk. So nature of business risk, we are going to discuss the nature of business risk. It arises due to uncertainties. What are uncertainties? Lack of knowledge about what will happen in the future. This is called as uncertainty. Why business risk arises is because of this lack of uncertainty. Okay, and the second one is risk is an essential part of every business. You have to have risk. It is not that any business is without risk. Okay, so risk is an essential part of every business. No business can avoid risk completely. Okay, no business can avoid risk completely. It is only you can to some extent cover up the risk with the help of insurance. Okay, I have tried to draw an umbrella. It turned out like this. Please don't mind the diagram, just look into the concept alone. So insurance is a concept which actually covers this business risk. What is business risk? Suppose a fire occurs in your premises. If you have insured in the insurance company will compensate the loss alone. So that is called as the insurance it's like a protection for the business risk. Okay, and then the third one, degree of risk depends mainly upon the nature and size of business. This is very important. Nature of business and size of business. See, if you are dealing with electronic products, suddenly a flood occurs, your degree of risk is very high. Okay, you are suppose for example you purchase the latest model phone which is released by Apple, but suddenly Apple releases a new model phone again, then the old model phone will be under stock and you will not be able to sell it at the cost you anticipated to sell it. Say for example you wanted to sell the phone for 90,000 rupees. Suddenly a new model comes in the market, the price of 90,000, you cannot sell it at 90,000, you have to sell it at lower price, say 80,000 or 70,000, or according to the preference of the customer. So it's like that. So degree of risk depends mainly upon the nature and size of business. See, the nature means what type of business you're doing. Yeah, it is fashionable items. If there is a fashionable items, your business is related to fashion and fashion related items, then there is a high degree of risk. Suppose you are dealing with essential items, there is low degree of risk. People anyways need food. If you are dealing with food, that is an essential item. Suppose you are dealing with high end foods, pizzas, burgers and things like that, your degree of risk will be more, because at this time people won't be like spending this money because the economy itself is in a bad shape. They cannot be spending more money on this luxury kind of goods. They will be spending on essentials only. So the nature of business is very important. Then the size. If there is a large business, then there is high risk. If there is a small, relatively lower risk. We know that. Then the fourth one is the profit is the reward for the risk taking. This is key. Profit is reward for the risk taking. Now no risk, there is no gain. So you take risk, you get profit. It's like that always in the business. Then you have causes of business risk. There are about few causes of business risk, that is natural causes, human causes, economic causes and other causes. Natural causes are like mother nature sometimes will be causing this kind of risks. Say for example flood, we can never forget that Chennai floods, no, too much of rain, we can never forget that. So tsunamis, we can never forget it. So much of business, so much of lives is being lost because of this natural causes. Earthquakes and things like that, that can be a risk for the business, because business cannot do its day-to-day activities if there is this kind of natural calamities. Okay, then human cost risk. Suppose for example your employees are dishonest and careless and negligent, then there is a loss of article, there is a theft because of this human causes. All these things comes under human causes. It can be controlled to a certain extent, yes, if the management takes appropriate steps at the beginning itself. So human causes. Then the third one is economic causes. Economic causes can be at the macro level or micro level. Macro level deals with the economy of India as a whole, world economy as a whole, but microeconomic is related to a specific a company or an organization. So economic causes. Economy is generally they say no, economy is doing good, your business will be doing good. Economy does bad, your business will be affected to a certain extent. Okay, so that is economic causes. Other causes can be some sort of political disturbances is there, or mechanical failure. You have not provided for all these things, then there will be some cause disturbances in the business. So other causes can be political disturbances and mechanical failure, or any other, for any other reason that can be. Okay, so these are all the concept of risk, business risks. Okay, so we have discussed what is the business risk and concept, nature and causes of business risk. I want you to go through this. Then I will just brief you about classification of business activity. We will look into this in depth with the help in the next video, but just have a gist of what we are going to discuss in the next video. Okay, classification of business activities. Now business activities can be classified into two types: industrial activity, commerce related activity. Now industrial activity, what do you mean by industries? Industries is conversion of resources into useful goods. Now you convert raw materials into finished goods with the help of some machinery, some process or something. That is called as industry. Okay, industry, when do you call something as an industry? It is a group of companies doing similar kind of production or services. Now a group of companies doing similar kind of production or services, then you call something as an industry. Say for example, you have automobile industry, you have the cosmetic industry, you have the fashion industry, film industry. So all these is called as industry just because there will be many companies in the automobile sector, there will be many banks in the banking sector. Okay, so industry generally we means a particular industry. Say for example, iron and steel industry, you have various players of iron and steel. Cement industry, you have various players in cement industry. So it's like in automobile sector you have the Tata, you have Mahindra and Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki, you have Ford, you have Toyota. So you have all these companies, Hyundai company, all these companies manufacturing the same kind of articles. Say for example, cars, bikes and things like that, but they are into different companies. Then you call something as an industry. They actually acquire raw material and they produce the finished goods. Now you have commerce. Now what is commerce? All activities relating to facilitating the exchange of goods and services. All activities relating to facilitating the exchange of goods and services. Now commerce is related with this exchange of goods and services. Commerce is not related with manufacturing. Commerce is related to what? It is related to the exchange of goods and services for money. So all activities that is complementing this kind of exchange of goods and services from one person to another, from one business, it can be business to business or business to customer, or it can be business to business and business to customer. It can be anything. Okay, it can be all the three. We will be discussing about all these things in the next video. Thank you class. You can just copy down all these things. Notes will be shared. Okay, thank you class.